kind of crazy event that happened yesterday. It was just an innocent night out into chaos and almost like police thinking that we were escorts. Dude, it was crazy. It was like a turn of events. Like, I just thought it was gonna be a chill night, which it was. It was still fine, but a little spoopy at the end. Well, basically, and it started off with just me telling Leslie, like, yo, you wanna come out? Like, just come out for the night, you know, be chill. And trying to get her out there, which I kind of did. It was indeed not chill. Yeah. Well, it was almost. It was so close. We were so close. Leslie tells me, I can only go out Friday. And I'm like, okay. So I planned something on Friday with a couple friends. And so I invited my friend Brandon. There's like people who I messaged, but then only these people came out basically. It was Brandon, Spica, Mayumi, and then Broden joined us later. And then there was Sarah and there's Shazam. And then we're just like going to... The plan was to just meet at my apartment and then we go to a pocha. And then we go to the club, and then we go to karaoke. Yeah, Spica the jungler. So basically, we're just like chilling at the apartment, and then we just end up drinking there because it's just much more cost efficient. So we didn't go into the bar until it was a bit late, the pocha, until it was like maybe around like 10:30 or so. Usually you go a little bit earlier. So we're just like eating food there, we're hanging out, you know, we're just having a good time, yapping around with friends. And then someone there also recognized us. The server there, who happened to say that he was also born in like 2005, and he goes, he sees Leslie at first and he's like, oh, aren't you like a streamer? And then he looks next door where I am and he's like, Yvonne, and I'm like, yeah. And then proceeds to tell us that he's like born in 2005 and said he's been watching us from a very young age. And I was just like, I looked at Leslie kind of like, a very young age, huh? Loki felt depressed hearing that one, but it was chill. And our bill was crazy. It ended up being 6-7. So me and Brandon split the bill, and when they split the bill in half, it was 6-7. And this was also including gratuity. So they gave it to us and they're like, oh, we already calculated gratuity. And it was like the total. And we saw it and we're just like, dude, this is crazy. Everyone whipped out their phones to take pictures of it. It's just like, really, we get 6-7 even on a night out? But then some people start dropping like flies a little bit. Mayumi wants to go home. She goes home. Spica also goes home because he's like, once they get a little drunk, they're just like, I don't want to, like, I'm tired. Just want to go home. And then Leslie also was starting to tell me that she's not going to make it to the club. So I'm like, okay, what if, hear me out, what if we didn't go to the club if you really can't make it, and we skip club and we go straight to karaoke? Because the people that we were with, I'm sure would have been totally down to not go to the club and just go to karaoke right off. And by this time, it's probably around like 11:30. And Leslie says she's down because then she could sit at karaoke, right? So we go to karaoke, and I would say I love this place. They have a great sound system. Usually the mic and the speakers, everything is like really good, which is why a lot of people like going to it. And it's also a very chill place. They do serve alcohol, I think, after 2 p.m. at times, or 2 a.m. at times. And in California, it's technically illegal for them to sell alcohol past 2 a.m. because that's the last that's the cutoff. And so there were police. It used to be 3, now it's 2. Oh, okay. So we're like singing a bunch of songs, and then we were actually staying a bit longer because we extended the time because Broden said he was gonna come. So Broden comes, and then it's probably around like 1:30 at this time, and I queued up like Love Bug and Birds of a Feather and stuff for him. He's like singing the songs. And then we sing to the very last minute, and there's one song left, and we just have Golden singing. So we're picking Golden, like singing that. We're going up, 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 ba, ba, da, ba. Halfway through Golden, there's like police that come in, and they're like shining a flashlight. And the first thing they don't really say anything. They just say, "Are you guys all friends?" And then we say, "Yeah." So I thought maybe they were looking for somebody. Or I'm not sure like what it was, but they just seemed like, because they didn't even say like, oh, we're LAPD, like you guys stop this right now, blah, blah, blah. It was just a very dip in, are you guys all friends? And we're like, yeah. And then they like left. We finished Golden, and right as we finished, I don't know if it was like comedic that they let us finish the song, but basically they came in right after and we're like, okay, you guys, points at me and Leslie, have to go here. We're LAPD. and we're just gonna ask you guys a couple questions and stuff. And so they separate me and Leslie in a room with like other girls. There's like, as soon as me and Leslie walk into this one room, like 3 or 4 other girls also walk in, and they make Broden stay. They're like, you have to stay. And so Broden stays. We have no idea what's happening. We're in this room and we're starting to like also making conversation with these girls who are like, we don't know what the heck is going on. They know about your past, Yvonne Smuggle. No. We freaking go in there, and then like not too long after, they tell us to go back into the room that we originally were in. And so we go back in, and Broden's not there anymore. So Broden's gone. They told us to go back into our original room and told us to wait there. So we're just like waiting, and then me and Leslie are like cracking jokes. I don't know. It's kind of like they were outside, and we would see people like walking back and forth at times, and then like they're also yelling at the workers at this karaoke place. So there's like people that they're interrogating, and they're like interviewing. They're like, how old are you? What's your height? What's your weight? Like they're asking them for physical number details and stuff. And then I remember them asking like, do you work here? And like all this kind of stuff. And I'd hear lines of them saying later like, are you lying to me? You're lying to me? You're gonna go to jail. Like literally says, tells the people there that they're gonna go to jail, the workers there, or like the non-workers. I don't know, whatever it is. Like the person lied to him about something or didn't lie. I don't know. But they were threatening him. Yeah, it was pretty much me and Leslie were listening to this kind of going like, and then we would hear words as well. These are the worst word to hear probably. And we don't know if they're calling girls escorts or if they're saying they're gonna escort people out. Because we just hear like this word being thrown around, you know, but we don't hear the complete sentences. Did they identify who they are? They did. They said they're LAPD and they had the badge and stuff, or like and jackets and everything. I think for me, I'm just like, thank God that it wasn't ICE. I would be gone. I'd probably be deported. I have a visa and everything, but they're probably gonna be like, hey, get rid of you anyway, type of thing. I don't know. How many drinks in were you at the time? I was sober. Yeah, I kind of stopped drinking at karaoke. But basically the time, like usually you're not supposed to serve alcohol at any establishment past 2 a.m. But me and Leslie checked the receipt. We paid at like $140 or something. Scarred Leslie for like she didn't leave in the house. I mean, it was just funny. Like we were sitting there, we were making jokes, and I think they could hear us probably like laughing and like not really sure. I don't know. But we were coping, you know? And then basically we were just waiting at that point. We're like waiting a really long time. We have no idea like when they're gonna let us out. We probably waited, okay, it was not a long time, but it felt long in that moment because we weren't sure when we were gonna be let out. So they ended up forgetting about us actually. So they come back and they're like, oh, you guys are still here. Actually, you guys can go. You're free to leave. And I was like, what the heck? I'm getting text messages also from my friend during this time that we were waiting, saying that the workers were being handcuffed outside. When me and Leslie go out, we're told from our, like, Broden and our friend Brandon was, like, waiting outside for us to make sure we were okay. And they were talking to other girls and people who were let out, because other people got let out before us. And apparently they were interrogating or asking people about trafficking. Like, they made Broden prove that he was friends with us. So they're like, made him show photos, which is why Broden wasn't in the room anymore when we, like, the first time when we left and then came back, because they asked him right then, like, hey, are you actually friends with these people? Like, show us pictures. And so Broden showed them a picture of us at Coachella. That doesn't sound like cops. Did you guys get any details from them? I'm pretty sure they were, because their concern was, it felt like their concern was trafficking, and then the establishment also might have gotten caught for, like, serving alcohol past 2. That also was, like, a secondary concern. But I also, I know this is, like, a thing because I saw on TikTok, actually, that people were trying to crack down on trafficking around Koreatown. And this karaoke place was in Koreatown. Did someone report something? Oh, it's because, like, I think they were getting reports of trafficking. But the thing is, this karaoke place that we go to, I don't think they found anything. It's also, like, the most chillest place. If anything, I've heard of other places having that type of, like, escorts or that type of thing at different karaoke places, but this karaoke place is one of the few that I think are just actually normal and chill, but they just happen to get checked, I think. They just like go into each one, or like they've been going to them. It was funny because our other friend Brandon, he's like, I don't have any photos with you guys. Like, if they had asked me to show photos of like to prove that you guys that we're friends, I wouldn't be able to prove it. So then we ended up taking a picture at the end of the night. We're like, okay, we gotta take a picture now in case this happens again and you can prove that your friends were friends. Leslie told us to make sure you take pictures with your friends just in case someone asks you. Yeah. And then me and Leslie also took a selfie for the memes. Just while we were waiting and being interrogated, and or like just waiting. This is us in the karaoke room. We're just like, are we gonna be let out? Like, is that it? Yeah, literally a night to remember, you know? It's just funny. Blink twice if you guys need help. I don't know. Eventful end to the night, I will say. But yeah, we just saw like a bunch of people walking out, and then there were cops, and then I felt so bad for like the workers. The workers were getting handcuffed and everything. That might be our last time at that karaoke place. Like, what if it's just shut down forever now? Like, I don't know if they're just gonna get fined or if they're gonna get shut down. Oh yeah, Broden and Brandon are fine. They were fine. If anything, Broden has like albums of photos with us. And I'm pretty sure Brandon probably could have showed like Discord messages or other things. Wild end to the night though. It was eventful. I think Leslie's fine. Same time next week? Brandon's probably like, does this happen all the time? No, because he also like goes to this karaoke place. Like this, I'm telling you, this karaoke place is like a normal place that people go to regularly. And we've been going there for like the past like 4 years. It was kind of crazy. Yeah, it just happened to be that night. But I don't know what's gonna happen with them now.